because you never know what set of cans is going to be beautiful. Hair's looking really smooth, by the way. That's not all bad. You know what you could do with $65? You can get yourself a stew. Bend here, coming around the bend here. Feeling good, feeling good. You know why? There's a lot of stuff over here. Let's go see what's going on over here. Well, I'll tell you what, a beautiful day of dumpster diving. Over the chest fanny pack by Ozark Trail? Yes, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... Ooh, just give me a few seconds here. All right, I'm good now. All right, this is my indoor gym, but it is, and I better keep count here while I'm talking. So I'm gonna do my squats, and then this is a remodel portion of that. Not remodel, this is an unremodeled portion of the house. So forgive the decor. But I'm gonna do my squats, I'm gonna do my push-ups. Again, 20, 20, 20. There's 20, 20, and 20. And then I don't rest very long. So literally, I've been out of the cold plunge, talking with you for like a couple minutes over there. Immediately went, took off my board shorts, put on my clothes, and yes, I work out in stretchy jeans. I love them. I'm like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And I don't rest very long. I think I just mentioned that, but let me get back to another set and I'll finish what I was thinking just now. I probably rest maybe 60 seconds in between sets, and this just warms you up really quickly. Okay, so as I'm sitting on the bench doing some abs, I feel a lot better than I did literally like an hour and a half ago. I feel more like alert because I'm moving my body, I'm getting blood flowing, cold plunge absolutely, but I feel really good right now. So I'm just gonna finish up. This is my third exercise of abs, and I'll do another 4 sets plus 2 sets. And anyway, I feel a lot better. So I'll leave it up to you. Cold plunging, cold shower maybe if you don't have a cold plunge. I'll tell you what, these summer salads have been slapping really good. We got micros right there, farm fresh micros. We got half an avocado, 4 organic eggs, organic apple, lettuce, organic walnuts, organic lettuce, of course, organic olive oil on top, slapping real good. So we got our greens, we got our fruit, we got our protein, we got healthy fats in there with the olive oil on top, about a tablespoon, as well as the half an avocado. Bree is loving it. I'm loving it. Let's tuck on into it. Working on my drip system, putting it back up and running. This beautiful, but we're looking absolutely fantastic. So I put this in last summer, and oh goodness gracious, it saves so much time with, again, a drip system. What's that right there? Did I knock over a branch? Let me see. Maybe it was a shoot. Oh no, I think it was just we'll put that for a little fire. Favorite part, Colorado summer. Camera's not going to do it justice, but golden hour, long lines, long shadows. And I'm eating every meal outside because it is so stunning. So I'm checking my drip system. I got to do a little weed whacking because, you know, the weeds are a little bit, not weeds, but I wouldn't call this grass, but this does turn green and lush. But drip system is going. I took a long time last summer putting that in. I do need to get a new, I believe, power adapter for my Lumeri lights. Unfortunately, my outside landscaping lights just stopped working all of a sudden, so I'm trying to get a new power adapter from them. And this is new growth of trees that I put in last summer, or last spring, I should say. And so we're checking all of the little hoses, I'm going to call them, little outspouts. These ones, I believe, are 2 gallons an hour, I believe. Or no, maybe 3 gallons. Yeah, 3 gallons an hour. And the green ones, I believe, are 2 or 1.5. Don't quote me on that one. And then I do need to figure out what I'm going to do with these shoots. These are aspen shoots that come up. So unfortunately, this aspen tree, I think didn't make it. Unfortunately, I think it dried out. So I might have to dig that one up or just chop it down at the roots. But I do have some shoots, brand new shoots coming up right here as well. That might be a little too close. There's one underneath there that is definitely too close. So you don't want them too close to your evergreens because they're going to start sucking all the nutrients, and you don't want your evergreens dying, especially if they're beautiful and lush and have been growing for a few years now. Anywho, let's go check the front. beautiful day today. We are heading to church after those delicious sourdough pancakes, and goodness gracious, I wish, I'll know for next time, I should have stocked up more on some of the organic products from the Carpe, the French grocery store, while I was in France. The blueberry organic jam is bonkers, and that 70% chocolate, organic chocolate, definitely should have picked up more of that. I still got a bar and a half left, but I already know that should have picked some more of that up. That was $3 a bar, I think, €3 a bar, and a God willing next time. So we're gonna head to church today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, river surfing, Pueblo Wave, which again for me is like an hour and 15-minute drive each direction or so. That wave has come back up. When I was gone, it came up and then it went down. Now it's come back up again. We're looking at, from the Moffett Street gauge, we're looking at over 600. We're looking at 603 CFS. That's high enough to bring out the shortboards and shred. When it's down in like the mid 400s, like you got to get out there on like a really thick soft top, like a wave storm, and you can make some turns, but it's just not as juicy, if you know what I'm saying, at 600. 600 plus, you're ripping turns. So my brother and our friend are actually down there right now. My brother has a showing. He's a realtor in the Colorado Springs area. If you are ever wondering or wanting to move out this direction and you're serious about it, definitely let me know. I can put you in contact with my brother, who again is a realtor in the state of Colorado, but mostly focuses on Colorado Springs and the surrounding area. If you have a big budget and you're up in Denver, that's worth his time, so hit me up as well, and I will pass along your information. Something to keep in mind is if you're like myself and you're coming from California, summertime are absolutely gorgeous. Spring is absolutely gorgeous. Fall is delightful. Wintertime is not bad. You're not used to it. First winter's gonna suck, but it's actually not that bad. I've mountain bike ridden in the middle of the winter, shorts and a t-shirt, so you get days that are cold, you get days that are warm. Not like Canada or Michigan, where it's just cold the whole entire winter. I mean, they might have better weather. I don't know. Never been. So not knocking on you, Michigan or Canada. Love you guys. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, river surfing. Now also I have another connection. My friend Sean, he is a river surfer shaper. What does that mean, Chris? Same thing as a surfboard shaper, but for river surf. And this season, I'll be riding his new stick, Foundation Surfboards. You can find him on Instagram, but also hit me up and I'll give you his contact information if you are a river surfer and you want to get a shape done by Sean. He shapes beautiful boards, and I am seriously looking forward to shredding this board on the new Pueblo Wave, which is, the Pueblo Wave's been out for like a year and a half now, or a year. It's a fun wave. I think they're making it a little bit more pitchy like Salida, but it's a little bit more mellower than Salida. Salida's like good surf, where it's very pitchy. It's not as rolly, if that makes any sense. So in regards to that, I was actually thinking about going down after church, but they're gonna be gone by then. And so it's my brother's birthday Tuesday, so we might get another session down there. I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. We're gonna see what the synopsis is today, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, fantastic day in church. Had a little coffee afterwards, doing a little pondering, a little prayer. We were in Philippians 3, forgetting the past, pressing on to what lies ahead. And the pastor, which is Pastor Eric, he titled the message, Onward and Upward. And that's exactly the season I'm in right now. Onward and upward. What does that mean, Chris? That means that some of us have been tested. Some of us have been stripped of things that, to be honest with you, wasn't the Lord's will. We're being refined. We're being molded. We're being crafted. And onward and upward. Sometimes when you're being pruned, so the Lord prunes so you can bear more fruit for Him. And sometimes when we're being pruned, you got to be very careful. It's not going to last forever. The pruning's not going to last forever. The testing's not going to last forever. Sure, Joseph went through it for a while. David went through it for a while before he was king, before Joseph was number 2. You've heard these stories before. But what the Lord wants to do through your life takes His perfect timing, not ours. Oh, by the way, we're dumpster diving right now. But I'm thinking I'm frothing for this wave. This wave literally has gone up to 960 at Moffett Street gauge. That means you literally could take your shortboards down right now and rip it. So I'm in a predicament. Do I go down this evening or do I wait until tomorrow? I'm not exactly sure quite yet. I kind of want to dumpster dive. So I think I'm going to do that for right now and then cut it short, or just juice it on down and figure it out. So the pruning, what do we got here? Big old boxes right here. Oh, hold on. Oh, nice little patio. Put your plants on there, and then a little pop-up storage couch thing. So the pruning takes a little bit of time. Plus, you could have, you know, just painted that like black, kind of modernized it for your balcony. Anywho, sometimes the pruning takes time. And guess what? There's going to be lush fruit after the pruning. I remember back in the day when I was living in California and I was pruning rose bushes. And as I pruned the rose bushes, they would just come back so lush and full after pruning them. And that's what the Lord's doing in your life. So onward and upward. Don't get stuck thinking this pruning is going to last forever. Don't let the enemy hold you in that, oh, you know, it's like, you know, God's a mean father or anything like that. Any of that nonsense. His lies are very loud, but guess what? The Lord's truth reigns over all. So hold on to those promises. Hold on to that truth. His truth will sustain you through the pruning, through the testing. And guess what? Afterwards, you're going to be a ripe bushel of fruit. That's what I'm talking about. Bushel, baby. Looking really good there. So, goodness gracious, 960 at the Pueblo wave. Ooh-wee. Feeling good right there. So let's do some dumpster diving, and then let's figure out what we're doing. It's warm. They're blasting them. They're coming back, baby. Life, baby's coming back. New growth. Let's go. It's such nice weather today. Okay, let's check out, there's nothing behind this but the front stack. Let's take a little look-see here. Just mostly trash, to be honest with you. I already looked behind it on the little road that I come up, and I'm praying for a dresser. I'm praying for a really nice dresser. And I mean, it would be pretty cool if I could upscale it, or it would already be upscaled. Would be pretty cool. I mean, people are barbecuing, people are going. I'm trying to crank these videos out to get up to the present time, because with my trips to Chamonix and Sedona, it's just a lot of footage. So I'm trying to catch up. We're not far behind the present, but it's just a little bit out of the present. But we're going to catch up to the present time. All right. Maybe people are so nice, they're like, nah, I don't want to organize my garage today. But hey, power of prayer. Never quit. Even in California, the best dumpster diving I've ever experienced, there would be days where it was literally one set of cans would make your entire day. One set of cans. Never give up. Pray, because you never know what set of cans is going to be beautiful. Hair's looking really smooth, by the way. I like what I'm seeing. Alrighty. We got a twin child bed here. Taken apart. Couch and a Vizio. Looks like a Vizio 42 or 36, and it looks like it's still working. Don't need it. Comes with the stands. I mean, the stands alone are probably 25 bucks. The only problem, though, is that this is sitting on top of it. So did they smash it accidentally? I don't know. We'll leave it here, though. Nonetheless, free TV. Again, the good news about this particular truck, oh, a little cute little puppy, is that the trash people that pick up like the trash, because these apartments, even though they do have, let me see what we got in there, boxes. Okay, hold on, let me talk you through this. So the people that do pick up trash, they actually drive, sorry, sometimes it's not focused. There's actually a setting. All right, okay, we got a bike over here, but it's kind of an old one, but we'll just drive by anyway. Go scope it out. There's people like right here, but let's go scope this out real quick like. That's a free bike up for grabs right there. We got ourselves, it's just a Walmart special. So anywho, what I'm getting at is the trash people. There's like, in these kind of fancy dancy, you know, apartment complexes, you have what, you have like compactors, right? So you have compactors, and then you have trash service. So the trash service, kind of funny. Some people get a little rousted when everyone shows up at the stop sign for the same time. Anywho, so there's a trash service that actually picks up your trash. And what you do is you put it like in front of your door. The only problem about that is it's like you could have leaky bags all over your front area. And so I'm not the biggest fan of that, just to be honest with you. But you know what I am a fan of? I'm a fan of free stuff. I'm also a fan of saving money. I'm also a fan of getting good deals. What I was saying was there's actually a setting on this where I need to do that. I just lock it into my face, so wherever my hand goes, it actually tracks my face. Let me just do that right now. Hold on a moment. There we go. Super simple. Don't know why I haven't done that before. And so what this camera does is it actually starts acting like you have a filmer. So you set it up on a tripod and you get that shot where you wake up in the morning and pull your shade. So anywhere where I go, it's going to track my face and catch up to my face. So absolutely fantastic feature inside the app. So I'm gonna start doing that while I vlog, especially while I drive a stick shift. I do need to get a windshield mount for it. That would be probably a little bit better. So what it does is it just like sits up on your dash like this the whole time. Okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about Vizio televisions, trash picker-uppers. Oh yeah. Just a white truck. I look like a guy picking up trash, but it don't matter. You know why? Sky's the limit. Still praying for that dresser, and I'm trying to think what else. Praise the Lord, I found that motherboard with the CPU and memory. Come on, thank you, Jesus. That seriously was probably the motherboard with the memory with the CPU. I mean, we're talking, that was probably a $350 find right there. I'd say so. Motherboard is probably easy, $150, 2 bills. CPU is, you know, brand new, like $150 or 200. Used, probably $100. Memory, 65. That's not all bad. You know what you could do with $65? You can get yourself a stew. That's going to be a really nice complex when it is done. Obviously, I don't name the names of them unless you are hip to the flip and you know exactly what neighborhood I'm in. I mean, I still like to dumpster dive. I still like to find good stuff. So sometimes I like to keep it a little bit of a secret. But obviously, when I was in California, I kept it a real big secret. There were some people that figured out where I was and they actually commented on my videos. They're like, hey! And I was like, thank you for your comment. I said this to myself, thank you for your comment, but I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because you said exactly what city I'm in. The dumpster diving was too good, man. You're like, Chris, that's greedy. Well, you start advertising and then all of a sudden you're not finding nothing because all of a sudden you just told everybody. You're like, Chris, don't worry about it. Not that many people watch your videos. Don't get prideful. I never said nothing. You said something. I didn't say nothing. Hey, plus, in the name of Jesus, we're going upwards and upwards, glory to glory. We're gonna hit 1 million subscribers on this YouTube channel. You're like, Chris, you're only at like 33,000 or something like that. Yeah, have you ever seen oil flowing like the streets of San Juan Capistrano? Exactamundo. And if you don't know what's exactamon is French. Now there's somebody throwing something away. What do we got? Like some sort of grate? We got like an old theater couch. I'm not gonna raise the camera because the dude's throwing away a TV box. Those TV boxes are kind of expensive. They're like $20 TV boxes from U-Haul. Anywho, we're coming around the bend here, Feeling good. You know why? Onward and upward. That's the message today. Onward and upward. Pastor E just dropping beautiful words of the Holy Spirit through the Bible, because the Bible is living. It's sharper than any two-edged sword, and it is living. The living Word of God. And God is the same yesterday as He was a couple thousand years ago, as He is today. That's a nice tree. What you doing with that nice of a tree for an apartment? I'll tell you what. You know what? People on electric scooters right now, man. People are just having a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? Just having a good old sitting, having some pondering time. Alrighty, let's go ahead and continue on doing some dumpster diving. All right, we're gonna go back over here. I'd like to come back in this back portion of this parking lot and flip around so I can get kind of a bird's eye view without really having to get out, park. And let me show you. So I come around this back parking lot, and then I come around, and right off the bat I see like $20. There's something else over there though. Couldn't tell if it was like a vermin rat, you know, like rat box. You gotta be careful of those rat boxes. Sky's the limit sometimes. One time in California, you gotta be careful of that because that's like nasty, like chemicals. But one time in California, I was like, what's that? And I thought it was like, you know, something good. And I touched it. The heck is that? Someone lost their, there's like a full-blown, like really nice outdoor mat kind of a carpet thing for underneath a patio table. It's just lying in the middle of the complex street. Wow, that pool is popping today. Goodness gracious. Wow, they have a really nice gym too. That is not free in my opinion. That is, it flopped like it was drying and it flopped off with the wind off of someone's railing, or somebody forgot that they were drying it and it was flopped over someone's tailgate. This truck sometimes, if you brake too hard, it starts screeching on you. That's the next thing I need to find in the dumpster is a brand new truck. Alrighty, we got a nice little table right here. I'm definitely gonna grab this one. Nice little motif to it. Alrighty, we grabbed ourselves that table. I'll tell you what, looking real crisp. Now, the only problem is it did have a little bit, I mean, the reason I grabbed it wasn't so much for the top. I'll show you there was like a little kind of a chunk thing, because it's like kind of prodigal board top to it, and there was a kind of a little chip out of there. Sure, you could just paint it and, you know, use it for like maybe like a outdoor table or something like that. Let me go ahead and cruise by this cat real quick. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got over yonder here. He's coming to throw out some trash, lie by. Oh, that's a dirty mattress. That guy has an entire kayak on his small little balcony. Actually, 2 kayaks. This guy literally has 2 kayaks on his very, very small balcony. Hey, awesome. What was I getting at? Oh yeah. So I grabbed the table, and I'm pretty sure that's just like an Amazon table. I got it in the back, as you can see there. And worst case scenario, you mount the legs, because they're super modern. You mount those suckers, and you make your own kind of really nice, like stained, you know, like wood with like some gloss on the top. I mean, you guys have seen me. I did a custom door that way for my hot water tankless water heater. Previous owner left me some nice wood to be able to do that, and then, you know, you just buy a little bit of some dollars worth of some lacquer, but you want to get lacquer that's like, you know, not toxic, because if this is going to be like an eating table, you got to be careful of that. Anywho, great score nonetheless. It's looking good. Flipped over. Is this guy a dumpster diver, or is this guy trying to park? He might have came back for that table. I literally just saw this cat. He didn't have anything in the back of his truck, unless he was, you know, an Uber Eats guy. But you just kind of can tell the dumpster divers. Not all the time, but not that, you know, dumpster divers get a bad rap. But, you know, sometimes you see some kind of iffy vehicles, I should say, just iffy. Kind of like this one. But it's clean. It's not like, you know, real like, you know, gallivanting. It's a clean, older truck. Anywho, enough rambling. Alrighty. What, is that a dresser? Hold on. That might be a dresser on its side right there. There's a lot of stuff over here. Let's go see what's going on over here. Well. That is a dresser. A little busted up, unfortunately. Might be able to upscale it. Let's take a little bit of gander. Ooh. A Bella air fryer. Ooh, we got a big Keurig with the pot and the brewery thingamabobber. Ooh. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Okay, let me dig around, and then we'll get cruising. A little pot right there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Over the chest fanny pack by Ozark Trail. Yes, please. Then you got like Spotlight Lounge, something or other. And then this like Stella mirror. Not really my forte, but to each their own. Getting some pots here. We'll see what's around the back. Over here, I'm going to grab this little white thing. Sorry, camera's too high up. I'm going to grab that white thing. I'm going to check out this Bella right here as well. Alrighty, we got ourselves the air fryer. We got ourselves the Keurig thingamabobber. Unfortunately, no pot was there, so I'll either donate it as is or keep it, but you grab it anyway. Those are expensive machines. The air fryer is actually a nice large one, so a couple different options on that one. My brother and his wife have a cabin, so if I decide not to keep it, then my brother could have that for his cabin, because the air fryer is actually clean. Like, it's like not all nasty, gunky, dirty inside. I love my air fryer. I no longer use a microwave anymore, but mine's so large I literally can just fit plates inside of the air fryer. And this Bella, my guess is probably brand new, was still, you know, $70, $69.99, $84.99. Bella, I think, is at a Target, I'm pretty sure, because I had a Bella toaster before, and it actually was a really good toaster until it didn't work anymore. Great score nonetheless. And the folks, I think, that were throwing away the stuff, they actually came back right as I was leaving, throwing more stuff away, just stacking up some stuff. So again, I'm not trying to like add a bunch of stuff to like stuff. Again, I need to be very careful with what I do take, but you do need to think about sometimes a secondary air fryer. If you're doing a large Thanksgiving, you bring it out of your storage if you have storage in your pantry. Last Thanksgiving and Christmases, oh goodness, I think we had like 2 air fryers going at the same time. And then what else? Oh, I grabbed that white IKEA. I didn't grab the Chester drawer, and I'm literally praying for a dresser, but that dresser, could it be salvageable? Sure. I mean, could it be a dresser for a spare bedroom? Sure. But I'm praying for a little bit better dresser than that. Plus, I don't think that was IKEA. The drawers felt a little bit more like Target, just a little bit cheaper quality than IKEA. And you're like, Chris, IKEA is pretty cheap quality. Not necessarily, not necessarily. You can upcycle it. The drawers are heavy. These drawers felt a little bit more flimsier. That's why I'm saying it might be Walmart or Target. So we left the dresser, but we grabbed the white IKEA thing. Okay, we got some outdoor chairs right there, but didn't look like anything worth stopping. Just some kind of high back stools. Man, people got their hammocks out. Look at hammock as I'm looking up at these balconies. And these folks right here, they're facing the front range right here, so they have beautiful view. All right, let's see what's right there. Nothing. Somebody's garage was open right next. I'm always a little lenient to, I mean, if there's good stuff, I'll stop regardless. But sometimes when the dumpster and then someone right next to, especially if they're not in the garage and you're pulling up right next to their garage to like go look in the dumpster, they might think you're trying to do little swoops. All right, what do we got here? Oh no, it's just landscape markings. Thought it was something laid up against the dumpster there. Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what, a beautiful day of dumpster diving. We'll give you a wrap up back at the shop. We need to head over to the grocery store now, buy Miss Maria a little bit more dog food. And there you go, there's Toppity Golf we were just at. Toppity Golf. Top Golf is fun. I think it's a little pricey for, I mean, you go there with friends and you just chop up the price of the place, but a little bit more expensive than like going to the driving range back in the day, where you like get a couple buckets of balls, you whap some sticks, and you have yourself a little stew. Alrighty, here's the 3-tier little IKEA thingamabobber. Unfortunately, it is missing a wheel, and I mean, if you were to put a lot of weight on that, it would probably tip over just like that. Unfortunately, I did find another one of these, but I think I chucked it and all the parts just because I found this one right here, which isn't in as good of a condition, but it is a little bit wider. So either what I'll do is swap a wheel or trying to find a wheel that's similar to that on another, maybe something or other. I know these aren't very expensive. I think they're only like $25. Anyway, we just grabbed it. I thought I had an extra wheel because I like the white look a little bit better than this one. But again, we'll figure that out. If not, recycle it, or I don't think you can donate it as is, but figure it out. Okay, so here's the table, and again, super modern on the bottom side, and I've seen these in a couple Airbnbs we've stayed at. This is just your typical kind of modern Amazon type of a table. It's still going to be like a $90 table, $120 table, ballpark somewhere around there. Now, it has this nice white top to it, but it is compressed wood, and this is the only thing that I did see. Luckily, I kept this little piece, so I'll glue that back on. And it would be really good for like, it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Really good for like a craft table, or glue that back on. And then you could, put a little Bondo on there or something like that, and then paint it again, or tablecloth. That's the first thing you said, Chris, tablecloth. Or again, the other option is use the table mounting, because the bottom pieces are really, really nice and modern looking. So unscrew that, get a different top to it, have yourself a stew, call it a day right there. Doesn't have to be round. You could do a circle, or not round circle. That's the same thing. Let's see here. That wouldn't hold over there. This is the one. This is a beautiful farm table here. I do need to get some legs for that though. There's a cherry wood one I found. Let me see. Thought I had another. That table's really nice, I found. I'm picking stuff up. And then obviously when I get the house together, we'll go ahead and donate. That's actually a really nice table. I do really like that table. I really like these stools as well. There's the chairs that go with that table. I thought I had another, oh no, I donated that one, but I thought I had another square one different than that one over there. Don't quote me on that one. Might be around here somewhere, around all the televisions, nightstands. We do need to sell some of this stuff. Drawers, cat robot litter box. Anyway, it's somewhere around here. I thought, at least. Guitar, headboard, stools, chairs. Yeah, we'll figure it out. This, I think we're going to be able to fit my graphics card in that. And that's a beautiful tower I found. Found it quite a while ago here, actually, in Colorado, which was really nice. So definitely some good dumpster diving in Colorado with people getting rid of some of this stuff. I mean, that's good stuff. Not to mention, remember the jewelry haul we had right there. Not to mention the dolly. Thank you, Lord, for the dolly. There's California finds right there. Kayak, skimboard, stand-up paddleboard. But Colorado, treadmill, stools, televisions, California, Tempur-Pedic, which has just sat there for the last 3 years. All right, anyway, look at the table from here. It looks pretty good, huh? It looks pretty nice. Again, there's my gym, setting that gym up, getting dirty. Some filthy workouts on that gym equipment right there. This is looking a little bit snazzy. All right, so we got our Bella air fryer. I'm gonna wash this, just in case they, sweat it all over the back of it. It looks really clean. A little bit, like a little spot right there without wash up. Ozark, I'm pretty sure that's just like, your Walmart fanny pack, but nice nonetheless. Across the chest. Bella air fryer is looking really nice. And then I'll show you this inside the house a little bit more. It has like a cappuccino function on it and everything like that. It's just, again, it's missing the little pot, which is not going to be cheap, buying that on eBay. But if you don't need the pot, and if I could whisk some like hot chocolate, that's a keeper for sure. That is a keeper. Okay, on a side note, I'm trying to think what else. Sky's the limit. We do need to donate a few little things here, like that kitchen cart. I'm not going to need that. Oh, there's wheels on the bottom of it. Maybe I can pull off the wheels and just donate it like a stationary, and then put the wheels over here on this one. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Sky is the limit, but definitely glad I grabbed the table. It's a nice looking table. Regardless, I could even just have it for, the shop here eventually, because eventually sky's the limit. I guess. All right. So that's what we got going on today. Alrighty, great news. Both machines work. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bella. Now, the Bella does need to be scrubbed up just a little bit. Obviously, it kind of looks like they didn't use like any aluminum foil or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and scrub that and start using parchment paper. The biohacker in me doesn't like to use aluminum foil, so I'm going to be using bleach-free parchment paper. And I'll keep that for a secondary, or I'll give that to my brother for his cabin. I don't think I'll ever need a secondary. I'm just going to be honest with you. Maybe, maybe not. So we'll see. Okay, coming over here to the Keurig by Lavazza. So let's go ahead and hit the power button right over here. It turns on. It does need water, of course, but I will be cleaning this. Now, before I do clean it and before I do put some time and effort into, it just needs a little dusting, to be honest with you. So what I would like this machine to do, let me show you this. Let me pull out this guy. There's a frother in here, like a little spinner, as we can see right here. So what I would like out of this machine before I invested, even if I did invest, I might not even invest into the actual little like coffee dispenser. Maybe, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think a glass jar is supposed to be there. The drip tray is supposed to be here, but the drip tray isn't there. That should be pretty inexpensive, or just skip the drip tray altogether, but you kind of want a drip tray. Or I could makeshift something like a little, raised up something that, like goes through, you guys get what I'm saying. I just actually pondered that, because the reason why I say that is because this goes up and this takes a different type of a pod. It says use Rivo packs only, but of course you can get one like a stainless steel reusable on Amazon. So the drip tray, the drip tray is right here, right? And then your little cartridge thing here. So this is what I'm talking about. It just needs a little dusting. What I'm talking about, the only thing missing is the little grate that goes over the top right here, where the coffee goes in if there's drips. So what you're not doing is you're not setting your Yeti or coffee cup like inside the tray. Not that big of a deal. That should only be like maybe less than 12 bucks on eBay. Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was like a glass pot right here. Okay, so what I would like to see out of this is I'd like to see, coming up here, there is cappuccino, latte, cold froth, short or long, or Lego, which is probably Italian for tall. So you first, step one, you do your coffee. Step two, then you, I think like add milk or something to this, or does it distribute it to this? Then it froths it, then it puts in your thing. But what I would like to see is For hot chocolate, I love hot milk that's like steamed or froth, and then you add the hot milk into your Yeti for hot chocolate. It's the best hot chocolate. So much better than water. Steamed hot milk. So I'm going to mess around with this. I'm going to maybe go on YouTube, see what this thing can actually do. But even so, for summertime, I do like my cold iced mochas that I do make myself. And so maybe this machine could do something frothy for me. I'll tell you what. But I mean, yeah, the whole machine is here. You got your water jug right here. It's not cracked or anything like that. In California, I used to sell water jugs alone for like $27 to $35 just for the water containers from Keurigs. I would part out the Keurig, literally. I would part out like the parts in here, the water container. If there was like a frother like this, instead of the whole unit, like I'd get like 70, 80 bucks for all the parts, like 25 bucks for the holder, like 30, 35 for the water container. You guys get the idea. Sweet. I think this is actually a pretty expensive machine, brand new. I think it's like probably 130, 150, I think. Anyway, thank you, Lord. Great scores today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I love Grok 3. Beta, you get it with your verified checkmark on Twitter, formerly known, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Anyway, so instead of watching YouTube videos, and I mean, I'm a full-time YouTuber. This is kind of what I do, so I don't want to work myself out of a job. But AI is so excellent with their information. All I asked it was, can the Keurig Lavazza hot froth milk? And it literally runs it down. Yes, it can. And then it also adds that users do state that sometimes the hot froth milk isn't as hot as they'd like it to be. They'd like it to be like scalding hot. Maybe it's not like scalding hot. So Grok says that you might want to like microwave it, but that kind of takes away the whole point. So I'm going to try it out with my hot chocolate tonight. I'm not going to do any espresso. And oh, and by the way, it's espresso. So it takes these special little pods where you put espresso. You don't have to use that function. You could just use the frother and then add it to your Yeti. And then I have one of those little handheld little zzz, milk frother thingamabobbers. I mean, pretty much exactly like this, but it's battery powered right there. Anyway, so I'm going to wash this and I'm going to check that out, and I'll keep you updated about that because I am going to use that tonight. And we'll figure out the whole drip tray system down here.
Totally picked up a couple of drones over the winter.
Heck yeah, you did.
Came yesterday and flew it. Surfing.
So sick.
Like, oh, that'd be a really fun angle.
Yep. Oh, heck yeah. Out here in Pueblo once again, baby, pre-season. This guy's ripping right here, man. I might need to go two-finny. Might need to go a little two-finner. We're gonna set up the GoPro. It's looking absolutely fantastic. Bikes, dogs, people hanging out, having a good old time.